It all started when a man named Rodney Lil Rod Jones came forward. According to Jones, he wasn't just a bystander in Diddy's world. He was a music producer, an assistant who saw what went on behind the scenes. Jones alleged that during his time working with Diddy, he witnessed disturbing behavior that went far beyond the music industry. He described a world filled with fear, secrecy, and control, where employees were allegedly forced to follow orders, no matter what they were. Some of the claims in his lawsuit are graphic and serious, including allegations of harassment, manipulation, and even physical intimidation. In his words, what people saw on stage or on red carpets was only a fraction of what was really going on. The lawsuit didn't just name Diddy, it hinted at a larger network. Jones claimed other public figures were involved, either directly or indirectly. And when his lawsuit was filed, it wasn't just gossip blogs paying attention. The federal government got involved. Soon after the suit was made public, federal agents raided two of Diddy's homes, one in Los Angeles, the other in Miami. Sources say the investigation includes potential charges involving organized criminal activity, and some insiders believe the scope could widen to include others in the industry. But what really turned heads wasn't just the lawsuit or the raids. It was the people who started talking.
My job is to shield his private life.
Pines even sharing audio he says is of Diddy telling Pines to bring him various substances during those Wild King nights.
Phil, I need some Cialis. Can give me 20 Xanax, please? Hey, Phil, I need a plan B.
The alleged parties similar to the infamous freak-offs detailed in the federal charges against the star, where women were allegedly forced to perform sexual acts with Combs and others, often under the influence of drugs.
What? Like, is this fun for him? Is this a test?
His attorneys releasing a statement saying no matter how many lawsuits are filed, it won't change the fact that Mr. Combs has never sexually assaulted or sex trafficked anyone, man or woman, adult or minor.
People who had once worked closely with Diddy began coming forward, some on record, others anonymously, describing similar patterns of control, manipulation, and even fear. For years, rumors about the dark side of the entertainment industry had floated online, but now they were being put into sworn testimony, backed by federal scrutiny. And that's only the beginning. Coming up, public fallout, celebrity reactions, and how people like Will Smith, Meek Mill, and others found themselves pulled into this growing firestorm. As the Diddy case began dominating headlines, it didn't take long before other major names started getting pulled into the spotlight, especially Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith. For years, rumors about their personal lives have swirled quietly in the background of Hollywood gossip. But now, online speculation exploded after certain comments resurfaced.
And so here's the whole thing in a nutshell.
Okay.
You know, it's no secret in Hollywood that Jada hates me because I have a strong relationship with Will and I do my own thing.
Why don't she hate Dwayne?
I can't answer that question.
Why don't she hate Dwayne Martin?
Well, she's gonna love anybody that treats her like she's a god, right? When you're a narcissist and a sociopath like she is, and I'll get into that, you want to be worshipped, and she got the bag. So these people will worship her, thinking that that Jada's gonna do something for them. But a narcissist and a sociopath is only looking to do things for themselves.
Even Will Smith wasn't safe from speculation. When asked directly about his alleged connections to Diddy's world, he quickly denied any involvement, saying, "I ain't nowhere near that man. I didn't do any of that stupid stuff." The internet didn't let it go. Old clips showing Will and Diddy hanging out at parties and events resurfaced, and suddenly, those casual moments were being re-examined under a new lens. It wasn't about proving guilt. It was about questioning silence. Why weren't more celebrities speaking up as the allegations against Diddy grew louder? And then came Meek Mill. Unlike Will, who mostly kept calm, Meek went full defense mode. His social media lit up with posts denying any involvement in what he called weird rumors. In one now-deleted post, he said, "I'm not fruity, stop playing with me." But the response didn't calm things down, it made things worse. The internet responded with clips of Meek at industry parties hosted by Diddy, including one infamous birthday celebration. That raised a few eyebrows. Fans started revisiting every old tweet, every awkward video, looking for clues. Things that had once been brushed off as harmless were now being pieced together, like part of a puzzle. Coming up, the courtroom testimony that changed everything, and the shocking claims that point to a much darker side of the entertainment world.
In a 79-page lawsuit filed by a music producer who claims to have worked with and lived with Sean Combs for a period of time, alleges there were underage girls, hidden cameras, and sexual harassment at his home, all of which Combs denies.
As shocking as the public headlines have been, what's truly keeping people on edge is what hasn't been released, the rumored courtroom audio. So far, no recordings have leaked, no transcripts, no photos, just quiet whispers of what allegedly happened behind closed doors, and it's the silence itself that has everyone talking. Some insiders claim the unreleased audio contains moments that are deeply disturbing, including allegations of people being harmed and reactions from others that are difficult to comprehend. According to reports, the tapes are being kept, sealed either to protect the privacy of those involved or because what they contain could spark massive fallout. Some believe the tapes could connect more names with wealth, influence, and platforms to lose, and if those names come out, it won't just be reputations that take a hit, entire business empires could be shaken. What's clear is this: more than just celebrity drama is at play here. This is about power, control, and possibly a hidden world that's only now being exposed because people are finally speaking out. By week 3 of the trial, the focus started to shift from whispered rumors and speculation to hard testimony under oath, and what came out stunned even the most seasoned court reporters. One of the most intense moments came from a witness named Capricorn Clark. She detailed a chilling experience, one that prosecutors tied directly to the case's allegations of racketeering and coercion. According to Clark, back in 2004, she was working under Diddy's brand and was entrusted with transporting high-value jewelry. But when the jewelry went missing, she said she became the target of intense suspicion. She claimed she was taken to an unfinished office space, what used to be Bad Boy Entertainment headquarters, and there, she was forced to take a polygraph test every day for 5 days. She described being watched by a large man, smoking constantly, while being hooked up to lie detector equipment in a bare room. She recalled being threatened, allegedly told that if she failed the test, she'd be thrown into the East River. That wasn't the only incident she testified to. In 2008, she said Diddy became physically aggressive, allegedly shoving her out of his Miami Beach home after an argument. And in 2011, she described a moment in Los Angeles where she said she was forced at gunpoint into a vehicle and taken to another celebrity's house, reportedly during a time when Diddy was angry over Cassie's personal life. Legal analysts noted that during Capricorn Clark's testimony, Diddy was one of the most active defendants they'd ever seen, whispering, objecting, writing notes, all signs that he was rattled. As week 3 pushed forward, legal analysts started circling one name as the most significant voice in the entire case: Cassie Ventura. According to the prosecution, she is victim number 1, the person at the center of the racketeering case against Sean Combs. Her testimony isn't just emotional, it's strategic. It's helping prosecutors connect the dots between multiple allegations and players involved in what they describe as a criminal enterprise hidden in plain sight. Cassie named several individuals said to have been part of these so-called freak-off events, including security staff and dancers who were allegedly hired under pressure. She detailed how she was coerced into participating, how she was monitored, and how she was often cut off from any sense of control in her own life. Not only is she listed as victim number 1 by the government, but her testimony directly ties into nearly every part of the prosecution's narrative, from financial abuse to manipulation and even violence. She spoke about the alleged network of security guards, private assistants, dancers, and third-party participants who, according to her, were all part of a system created to control and intimidate, parties that were said to be far more disturbing than they appeared on the surface. Cassie claims she wasn't just present at those events, she was often forced to coordinate them, acting under pressure to bring in dancers or performers, even when she didn't want to. And then there's the incident that shocked many, the alleged firebombing of Kid Cudi's car.
The jurors saw the actual cut, the hole in his Porsche, and then they saw the damage done from that Molotov cocktail, darkened by the fire that started in his car.
Cassie testified that after Combs found out she was spending time with Cudi, he reacted with extreme hostility. While the case around that incident remains open-ended, prosecutors are now treating it as part of a larger pattern of threats and retaliation. The atmosphere in court during this phase was electric. Every name mentioned, every new detail, added weight to the government's case and added pressure on those who were once silent. Outside the courtroom, the public interest in the case exploded. Once dismissed rumors were being re-examined. Celebrities once assumed to be bystanders were now being speculated about. And while some issued denials, the internet wasn't letting go. This wasn't just about the charges anymore. It was about what those charges represented. A possible culture of silence, protection, and intimidation, finally facing public reckoning. And with each day, that culture seems to be cracking. As the trial continues, Cassie's testimony is being cited as the backbone of the prosecution's case. Connecting the personal with the criminal, it isn't just about a breakup or a dispute. It's about control, leverage, and silence enforced over years. For many watching this unfold, it's not just a legal case, it's a cultural reckoning. It raises deeper questions. How many stories have gone untold? How many people stayed quiet because they felt they had to? And how many were too afraid to challenge the system? Cassie's decision to speak may have changed the course of this trial, but it may also have started something bigger, a shift in who feels safe enough to come forward next. As the trial wages on inside the courtroom, the internet has gone into overdrive. Every clip, every photo, every red carpet moment involving Diddy, Meek Mill, Will Smith, or anyone even remotely connected, is being re-examined under a new lens. What once looked like harmless industry parties or celebrity friendships is now being dissected frame by frame, line by line. This case stopped being just about Diddy and Cassie weeks ago. What started as a high-profile civil lawsuit has unraveled into something much bigger, a deeper network of alleged abuse, manipulation, and cover-ups. The people testifying aren't just accusing a man, they're exposing a system. Justin Bieber's name has come up repeatedly throughout the ongoing trial, involving Sean Diddy Combs, shedding light on a troubling relationship behind the scenes of fame and mentorship. Once regarded as a rising star under the guidance of Usher, Bieber has publicly distanced himself from Usher, unfollowing him on social media and refusing to perform alongside him during major events like the Super Bowl. This rift reportedly stems from deep emotional scars linked to Usher's alleged enabling of abusive behavior by Diddy. Court testimony and depositions reveal that Bieber described Usher as the worst thing that ever happened to him, suggesting that the music industry's powerful figures failed to protect him. Allegations have surfaced indicating that Bieber was subjected to manipulation and abuse, part of a broader pattern of exploitation involving young talents. In the courtroom, lawyers pointed out moments that raised questions such as Bieber sending friendly messages to Diddy years after alleged abuse, highlighting the complex trauma victims often experience. Bieber's reluctance to speak out earlier is attributed to fear, loyalty, and trauma, common barriers for survivors caught in abusive environments.
What's up, man? You good?
I'm good. How are you?
All right, young brother, everything's good?
Everything's
Selling
great.
out arenas and everything?
Yeah.
Starting to act different, huh?
No,
you ain't been calling me and hanging out the way we used to hang out.
Well, I mean, you try to get in contact with me, through all my, partners and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
But you never really got my number, so.
Correct. Okay.
My number?
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you my number.
Yeah.
It's 555.
Ultimately, Bieber's voice adds critical weight to the case, representing the hidden struggles faced by young artists in the shadow of entertainment moguls. His journey from hopeful produce to someone seeking justice embodies the broader fight to expose abuse and demand accountability in the industry. One thing is clear, the public isn't letting go. The internet remembers. The court of public opinion moves faster than any legal proceeding, and as long as people believe the truth is still hidden, they will keep searching. This case isn't just about crimes, it's about culture, about power, about what happens when the line between celebrity and criminality gets blurred, and whether justice can still exist in that space. So what happens if more people come forward? What happens if the tapes leak? And what happens if Diddy isn't the only one with something to hide? Let us know what you think in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. We're just getting started.